Good communications are essential in any business. Otherwise, management and workforce are working blind. Communication is not only verbal, using words. It's the whole range of ways businesses and people communicate, by their general behaviour and attitude. Even a simple dress code is a form of communication.
Got the credit card details.
Ways of communicating are part of the culture of an organisation. They're often enshrined in codes of conduct, especially important where businesses must comply with their legal duties, to avoid discrimination, for example. Communication is also, vitally, about getting things done, making decisions and communicating those decisions.
Well, staff, in order to do their best, they need to have clear objectives communicated clearly. And by the same token, the management must always be talking to the staff and finding out if there are any barriers towards those objectives. It's got to be a two-way process.
We can look at communication in various ways. There are the communications media, how the message is communicated, personally, by phone, email, or however. Computer technology has obviously made a huge impact on how businesses communicate, but not always for the better. Huge amounts of money have been wasted on computer systems which don't really work. And when they do work, it's easy for information to fall into the
Good morning, everyone. First up on the local news, the bombshell that Blakeways at Lake End are planning to axe over 100 jobs and move production to Romania. We've been talking to some of the workers who fear for their jobs if the closure goes ahead.
There's been a lot of rumours about it for a long time, so it feels like it's just finally happened.
And I was really worried about their families and how they were going to manage.
All these years I've been with this company and all the trust I've had, suddenly you've decided to forget all about that and actually look at me and say that I'm to blame for leaking this information.
Well, I've had the local press and the radio on my back all morning. They're trying to make a story out of this.
I was definitely concerned about how we were going to communicate our plans for closure to the workforce and the wider world. It was a really sensitive issue. Stephen was determined to go through with closure. The savings in labour costs would be a great financial boost to the company, but still, we were talking about people's jobs, their livelihoods, and in an area of high unemployment. As HR manager, I knew that how we communicated these changes would be all important. And dealing with redundancy, there are very specific rules about how we went about this. Otherwise, we faced hefty fines at the Employment Tribunal. Can I remind you, it can only be a proposal at this stage. It doesn't actually, because of the ACAS Code of Practice of